Welcome to Orion Valley.
It seems though our episodes on the opioid crisis and border wall had a fairly standard amount of listeners, roughly 500, but episodes on gerrymandering and state attorneys general have less than half of that.
Because people aren't interested.
Or they're not paying attention.
Either way, they're not listening.
What if we focus on the week's biggest topic? That should keep our viewership up and get UNH's attention. Wouldn't it keep us relevant?
It makes us boring. Putting the spotlight and news being pushed under the rug will give us a voice. That's what the station wants.
The radio station at the University of New Haven is nationally recognized. We have to convince them that they won't make a mistake by giving us our spot. I say we keep our focus on hot button issues, keep our audiences broad, and increase in numbers.
Okay.
The total percentage of women in the House is now at 19.5%, with women from 46 of the 50 states now representing, says Wikipedia.
That sounds quite positive to me.
I'm sorry. The only source you could find for the Dems taking the House and 85 women being appointed was Wikipedia.
I'm sorry, I had to act fast. It's a new thing we're trying on the show.
Funny.
To regroup, let's go back to the original question.
We don't need to go back.
They asked,
Jesus.
Do you think this midterm election was a victory or not?
I heard it. Remember, nothing gets by me.
But either way, the question still remains. Why aren't you entirely sure?
I feel it's a victory in some way, yeah.
In what ways?
19.5% is a good number, but we can't act like it's completely changed everything because of it. I mean, it's only one step.
And not a good one?
It just seems like we're trying to climb an escalator that's going down. The Senate's the one that's keeping us from flipping the switch to going up.
I'm not saying there's not obstacles to still overcome, but this change of pace is surely reason for hope.
We shouldn't get our hopes up altogether. I mean, anything could happen. The news is as unpredictable as the weather these days.
So what do you think will be a victory?
When he leaves and we're all still here. Hopefully, we're all still here.
Okay, thank you, Roy, for that question. As always, if you're a listener and have a question pertaining to our weekly topic, you can call in and Violet and Scott may answer it live on the show. We're going to take a short break, but when we get back, we have former Representative Alan McGowan will be joining us. Don't go away. You're listening to WSVB. All right, and we are clear. Really good stuff, guys. Really solid.
Yeah, Violet put me through the ringer a bit there. Is he ready?
His campaign slogan was, "I'm always ready," so I venture a guess.
Not every day you get a former congressman on the show, wouldn't you say?
No, I'd say just today, but luckily he's a friend of my father's and he was able to pull a couple of strings to be here today.
Your father is an interesting man.
I'll go get him. Alright guys, may I present Alan McGowan.
Scott Shepard, pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for doing this.
Pleasure's all mine. And you must be
Violet Hayes.
Violet Hayes. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you both. This is a nice little setup you guys got going on here.
Yeah, you know, it's a good start, but we're hoping to move into some new digs pretty soon.
Shall we get started?
Sounds good to me.
This is going to be a fairly standard discussion. Violet and myself will ask you a couple questions to get the ball rolling, and then we'll go from there, okay? We're ready. Welcome back to WSVB, everyone. Today we have a very special guest on the show. He is the former Republican representative of Connecticut's 27th District, who is being succeeded by Democrat Susan McConnell. Alan McGowan is on the show today. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
From what I understand, you're at the end of a very busy month.
Yes, well, we're getting everything finalized right now, and I just cleared out my office last week.
I imagine that's been quite the process.
Well, let me tell you, the new girl's gonna have one hell of a time over the next few weeks.
You've been in politics for over a decade. I imagine this era coming to a close has been quite surreal.
Yeah, it's certainly nothing short of bittersweet. And while it's going to be an odd adjustment period for me, I look forward to spending more time with my own family. And to tell you the truth, this feels like the first grace period I've been given in a while.
Excuse me.
Something you wish to add, Violet?
Not at all. Please continue.
Okay. So, we're in the middle of a very politically charged climate at present, and as young media members, we were interested in what you believe the role of the media will be going forward.
As somebody who's worked with the media firsthand, I can tell you that facts are stranger than fiction. But the media is more focused on the latter than the former.
And as someone who's closely studied news and journalism, I can tell you that many of our leaders won't be getting both sides of the argument due to their current media diets.
Because we're not given them?
Because the silver platter isn't big enough for your liking.
Maybe we should...
I want to know how you stay informed on a daily basis.
Simple, I own a television. I watch the news every morning with a nice bowl of Raisin Bran.
Can you check that?
What outlets do you watch?
Well, it's been tough ever since Megyn Kelly switched over to NBC.
Shocker.
Isn't that a little close-minded, though, only relying on one network?
Listen, do you know how many people watch Fox News?
It was reported that in 2018, Fox averaged about 2.5 million viewers for the news program.
Sharp, Ben.
That is not even 1% of the US population.
Though it's still more than any other news network. They have the majority. In this world, you have to stay with people or else nothing gets done.
Keeping the mindset of less than 1% of the population is exactly why your office hasn't gotten anything done.
Violet?
You have openly opposed gun control and rejected every bill that's come your way. As far as I know, you are not a gun owner.
No, Violet, I'm not.
Yet you continuously reject.
Because millions of Americans are.
You don't represent millions of Americans. You don't get to decide what they do.
Have you ever had to speak for more than yourself, Violet? Or do you just impose your own beliefs on all those around you?
Excuse me?
I think it's time we move.
No, it's not time we move on.
I'd like to ask about your...
How can you just let this slide?
Well, this was fun, guys. Thank you. I'll be showing myself out.
Hi, this is Ben Anthony. Sorry, Mr. Call.
Where are you going? I wanted to keep the peace. Don't get mad at me because I couldn't.
Yes, that's correct.
I know what you said to Ben.
What?
This would be a much easier show if there was only one host. I know that's what you said to him. Don't try to deny it.
Okay.
I felt like we had a good thing going and you weren't happy about it.
I wasn't happy about
We
it.
agreed to stick to relevant topics.
That doesn't mean I have to agree with every decision.
Thank you so much. Bye.
We're back to this?
We need a voice.
Would you just stop it?
No, I won't just stop it.
You can stop holding your breath. That was UNH. They listened to the show. They didn't give us a spot. They liked what we discussed, but they said it was clear that you guys weren't having any fun at all. That's the thing. When you guys keep arguing about the same thing over and over again, you stay stagnant. You both have too much pride to recognize the fact that you're both right. If we can't hug or share a laugh after leaving it all out there, then there's no point in us continuing.